Okay, so this is just a variation on the bird dog. It's an intermediate one. So usually we start off with 4-point kneeling, engaging the core, making sure that the belly buttons pull back towards the spine. Hips and shoulders are stacked over hands and knees, so you're not here or here. Making a nice square shape with the hands and knees on the floor, and making sure that the neck is in a neutral alignment. You don't want to be looking down towards your knees or ahead of you. So looking straight down at the space between your hands. Engaging the core, so I'm pulling my belly button in, just finding that point where it's about 3 out of 10 or 30%. So you can do that by initially pulling in 100% and then releasing it, and then trying 50%, then releasing it, and then 30%. And you should just maintain that tension, and that will mean that your back is not going to sag or arch when you do the exercise. So the classic bird dog is extending one hand and one leg opposites, and I'll demonstrate. But if you're coming back from injury or your core is really switched off, you may want to find an intermediate version. So the first thing you can do is just try lifting one hand or one knee. And you can go around the clock. So I'm going to do left hand, right knee, and right leg. Ideally we want to set up a cross patterning to that movement, so we would want to do left hand, right knee. Now I'm going to do right hand, left knee, and to make it harder we're going to do both at the same time. So left hand, right knee, and then the opposite, right hand, left knee. All that time I'm maintaining my core, and you'll notice that I'm not swaying excessively. So I'm not doing this or this. Just demonstrate again. One knee on one hand, 3 to 5 seconds is good. And then the opposite. Now you might feel like you need a break and get off your hands, your wrists for a while, and you can pad your knees if they're sensitive. The next stage would be to add in an opposite arm and leg slide. So you're going to lighten the load on your left hand and right knee, maintaining fingertip and toe tip contact with the floor. Just going to extend my arm and leg out so they're straight, and then I'm going to bring them in again to the start position, and then I'm going to swap over, lightening on my right hand and left knee, and sliding away and coming back. And you'll notice that I'm not sagging my back or arching my back or excessively rocking. Do that again in a nice smooth movement. Always coming back to the start position, and always making sure that I'm engaging my core. And then you might want to start to be a bit more adventurous. Lift one hand, lift one leg, drop them down, come back to the start position. Slide, lift one hand, lift one leg, drop them down, back to the start position. So eventually you'll work up to a nice, smooth bird dog. Generally, I would say, rather than do a number of repetitions, decide that you're going to do it for a certain amount of time. 2 minutes is about right, and then you might feel like you need to get off your wrists. Good luck with that.